Celo accounts grow to 180,000, fueled by UBI adoption. Universal basic income is here, guys, and is being done in countries around the world, everywhere with the exception of ours. Welcome back to another episode of your Digit Hustle News. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be kind of a short video because the information that I have, short, concise, and it hits straight to the point. We're talking about universal basic income, and we're talking about Celo's connection to it. So apparently, the number of addresses for Celo grew 600% in Q1, 181,000. Now, part of that growth is driven by a DApp called Impact Market. Okay, let me show you what Impact Market is. Open source crowd finance for impact, decentralized basic income system to support vulnerable communities and people living in extreme poverty. Anyone can back those communities, apply as a beneficiary, or start its own UBI community. Now, the reason why I brought this to your attention, guys, is because this is where we're headed. This is what's next. Okay. Now, some people say that universal basic income is going to drive the value of the US dollar into the ground. Other people say it will usher in an age of prosperity for, as long as the money keeps coming. However, I tend to feel that there's something more to it. It always is. I'm in agreement that universal basic income will do both. Drive the value of the dollar down and usher in an age of prosperity for those who recognize what's going on. Now, Impact Market, a mobile-first universal basic income DApp that gives 53 cents a day to those in need. 13,000 beneficiaries across 64 communities are now receiving CUSD, which is Celo's stablecoin, making it one of the largest UBI projects in the world. Data suggests beneficiaries are then staying in the Celo ecosystem because they can earn rewards and pay local merchants. If you like this project, you can donate to the Impact Market. And I'll put a link down in the description for this video, guys. But the number of transactions on Celo grew 300% from 6,800 to 31,600 in Q1 of 2021, totaling 3.5 million transactions over the past year, which is more than Polkadot and Near combined. The activity appears to be driven by 132 active developers building projects on Celo, guys. So a lot of projects, a lot of coins are claiming that they have the top-notch developers, working on their platform. But Celo has the numbers. And none of these other platforms have UBI systems, UBI programs that I've ever heard of. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to, there's a clip that I found that is going to explain fully what UBI is and give you an example of locally, because it's actually being tested as of this year. Okay. I know in the beginning I said that it wasn't happening here. It's not actively, but the testing has begun. So I'll show you that too. Make sure you stick around. But Celo's got the numbers, guys. Okay. The amount of CUSD on the network grew 250% from 15 million to 43 million in Q1 of 2021. It is backed by $670 million worth of crypto assets, including BTC, ETH, and DAI, corresponding to a 1,600% ratio. Since mainnet launch, CUSD consistently maintained its algorithmic stabilized value, deviating no more than 0.8% from 1 USD. So that is the strength of their stablecoin, guys. I have been watching Celo since I started this channel, even before then. And when I did start my channel, I made it a point that be one of the projects that I would consistently cover, and that I have, because like I said, guys, it's the next Cash App. What they're doing and who they're backed by is just way too powerful. Coinbase, World Economic Forum, okay, IBM, Microsoft, GM, GE, like governments, countries around the world. This is what I love about this space, because there are trillions of dollars. As of recording this video, we're at about a $2 trillion market cap. All of that money is coming from governments, institutions, big corporations, okay? Yet the masses still have no idea what's happening. And it's affecting them every single day. They're living through the results of this technology, and they're completely unaware of how to truly reap the benefits. But that is why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you the water. Now, with that being said, guys, that's all I got for this video, but make sure you stick around for the end clip, so that way you leave here with more information than you arrived with. But that being said, guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to get at me down at social media. I am on Twitter, DigiHustle2021. Also, I am on Library, my decentralized alternative to YouTube. It's no ads, it's dope content, and you can earn free cryptocurrency, okay? Also, while you're down there, don't forget to check out my Pipe Flare. It's how I support independent blockchain game developers. And if you're new to cryptos, check out KuCoin. The links are down in the description. But as always, guys, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, make you some money. I'll see you in the next video.
When you hear me say, hey, everyone gets $1,000 a month, you're like, wow, that sounds too good to be true. It is not too good to be true. My flagship proposal is a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for every American adult starting at age 18. So that means that you would receive $1,000 a month every month. And this is a renaming of something called universal basic income, a policy that's been with the country since our founding. Thomas Paine was for it. He called it the citizen's dividend. Martin Luther King fought for it in 1967 in his book Chaos or Community. And it is what he was fighting for every day up to the day he was assassinated in 1968. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists signed a study saying this would be tremendous for America. And it even passed the US House of Representatives twice in 1971. It came this close to being law. So this is not as radical as you might think. 44% of American jobs will be subject to automation in the next 20 to 30 years, 20 to 30% in the next 10 to 20 years. I mean, think about what that means. The most common jobs in the US economy are administrative and clerical, which includes call center workers, retail and sales, food service and food prep, truck driving and transportation, and manufacturing. Those 5 sectors are all going to shrink, and that's half of American jobs. And then you're looking at other white-collar jobs like insurance agents and financial advisors and accountants and bookkeepers, radiologists. Like, a lot of professions are going to get affected by this. So the way we fund this universal basic income is that we look up and see who's winning in an era of incredible innovations. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Uber. And then you look closer and you see Amazon paid literally 0 in taxes in 2018. How is that possible? How could a $1 trillion tech company pay less in federal taxes than you or your parents? And so the way we fund the freedom dividend is we join every other advanced economy in the world and have a value-added tax that then gives the American public a tiny slice of every Amazon sale, every Google search, every Facebook ad, every robot truck mile, and returns it to your pockets. And there is one state that's had a dividend for almost 40 years where everyone in that state gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, no questions asked. Did you know what state that is? It's Alaska. And Alaska funds it with oil money. And what I'm saying to you is that technology is the oil of the 21st century, and what they're doing for Alaskans with oil money, we can do for all Americans with technology money. And here's the great thing. When you get that money, you spend it, it circulates through the economy over and over again. We get back hundreds of billions of dollars in new revenue as a result. We also save money on things like incarceration, homelessness services, emergency room healthcare, and we have a population that's healthier, mentally healthier, better educated, more productive. So this is going to pay for itself in a way that will benefit us all. This is the trickle-up economy, and it starts with universal basic income of $1,000 a month for every American adult starting in 2021.
Universal basic income, guaranteed payments to individuals with no strings attached. The idea, once championed by Martin Luther King Jr., has been touted by modern-day politicians like Andrew Yang.
Cash relief is literally the difference between a family eating and a family going hungry. It's the difference between being homeless and having a roof over your head.
In Stockton, the program began under former Mayor Michael Tubbs, looking to help the city recover from the 2008 crash. A fifth of Stockton's residents fall below the poverty line, and residents of color are disproportionately impacted. The experiment gave $500 per month for 2 years to 125 randomly selected low-income residents, and it paid off. Recipients were less anxious and depressed over time, and compared to the control group, they saw improvements in overall well-being. They could more easily handle unexpected expenses as the pandemic began, and they obtained full-time employment at more than twice the rate of non-recipients. For single mom Lorene Paradella, the extra income helped her care for her kids and her car.
I could breathe a lot better, and being a single parent, you're always stressing over other stuff and things, But I was able to sleep a lot better. I could breathe a lot better. I could concentrate on my family a lot better, too.
For former Mayor Tubbs, it's no surprise.
Dignity is not attached to work first, but it's attached to humanity, and everyone does better when everyone does better. So providing a floor is something in the best interest of our country.
The project is timely as the administration, of course, is pushing for new stimulus checks. Seed says the study serves as a counter to narratives that cash payments discourage recipients to work. Lorene is one example. She's now motivated to go back to school, she says, to get a bachelor's degree to secure a higher paying job.